Next, for 2 minutes, Mr. Farage, coordinator of the EFD Group.
Mrs Damanaki, you seem to think that the common fisheries policy has been a great success. In fact, you say that it's got a good, solid base. Well, from a British perspective, the whole thing has been nothing less than a total disaster. Tens of thousands of jobs lost as a direct result of joining the common market, and now a British fleet that is allowed, permitted, to only catch less than a fifth by value of the fish that swim in what ought to be our territorial waters. Equal access to a common resource has meant giving away, rightfully, what is ours. And we're now down for the Channel cod quota this year to the derisory level where the British fleet is only allowed to catch 7% of the fish that swim there. So, the whole thing for us has been a catastrophe. The discard rate is an abomination, and the United Kingdom really has been the big loser. However, there's one rosy part of the picture, and that is that sea angling in Britain and in many other European countries like France is very healthy indeed. Indeed, there are 1 million people who regularly participate in sea angling in Britain. I know this because I'm one of them. And all appeared to be going rather well, until suddenly, from nowhere, appeared Article 47, the proposal to begin regulation and control of the recreational sea angling sector. Now, for once, the European Parliament acted very sensibly, and it said there should be discretion at member state level on this issue. But the Commission banged its fist on the table and said, no, this has to be done. The Commission will be in control of this. And my question to you is it your intention, under your watch, over the course of the next 5 years, to bring in the regulation and control of the recreational sea angling sector?
Señora Damanaki, 3 minutos.
Mrs. Damanaki, 3 minutes.
I fully respect the facts put forward by Mr. Farage on the situation in his country. However, I don't agree that the situation deteriorated because of the EU's policy on fisheries. There are difficulties all around the world, there are difficulties in all countries, and we're trying to deal with them in the best possible way. Now, if you honour me by endorsing my duties, I'm not going to discriminate among member states, so I can't agree that one country is the big loser and that other countries are the big winners. I'm not going to distinguish between different countries. I'm going to make sure that we have the best possible solutions for all sea basins, and by factoring in the regionalisation of our policy. Now, on recreational sea angling, I'd like to reassure you I'm not planning to include recreational sea angling in my policy in a way that will cover other countries. I believe that there are enough rules and regulations in each member state. It is up to each country to regulate the matter as it sees fit. I want to be very clear here, and I'm going to be frank. But the results or the outcome of recreational sea angling are also factored in when our scientists assess the levels of our stocks. They have to factor this in order to give us the best possible picture of the situation of the stocks in your country and other countries. But there will be no community regulation on recreational sea angling.
Well, could I propose, Commissioner Designate, that it might be a very useful thing if for once we actually conducted a full, proper cost-benefit analysis of just how much recreational sea angling is contributing to our local economies, because it isn't just people going out fishing, it's tackle shops, it's bait diggers, it's guest houses. There are many estimates that in the UK it contributes far more to the UK economy than does the commercial sector. So I would like to see a full cost-benefit analysis and also an impact assessment to find out what some of the proposals that have been discussed would actually cost to the industry. Otherwise, our charter boat industry and many other associated trades will be lost. So can we have that full cost-benefit analysis, please?
1 minute.
Mr. Farage, I would also be very pleased if I had a cost-benefit analysis ex post for all the aspects of our policy. I think that this is one of our weaknesses, one of the weaknesses in our policies that we have to work on. So we have to carry out ex post assessments of all the aspects of our policies so that we can have hard evidence. I will promise you that if you do endorse my appointment as Commissioner, there will be ex post analyses of all aspects of common fisheries policies. But on recreational angling, I'm a little bit reluctant to push forward with this type of analysis because that might send the message out that I want legislation covering recreational sea angling, and I want to avoid giving that impression.